welcome to my stamp studio. Today is Wednesday, February 25th. It's the end of February. Oh, these months just fly by. So how is everyone today? And more importantly, what are you having for lunch today? I have not figured that out yet. I'm going to be making some chicken enchiladas for dinner, but I haven't decided what I'm going to do for lunch. And I'm really hungry today. So I guess I'll think of something pretty darn quick. Today we're going to be featuring the Sweet Bugs. I think I called it Cute as Bug, but it's Sweet Bugs. This is a stamp set that's available. I believe it was our online exclusive, or was it in our mini catalog? I don't remember. But yeah, we're going to be making a really cute card today. And I'm featuring this because this is our stamp set that we'll be using for club this month. And let's see. So it is a Sweet Bugs. Okay, it is in our mini catalog. So let me, my camera is down really low. Let me lift my camera up a little bit. I just feel like it was too low to really see things. And I think I need a little bit of light on the subject here. So let me get my other light going. Normally I kind of have all this stuff already set, but I was busy in meetings today. You ever have one of those days where it's all meeting? Oh, that's how it's been since like 8 o'clock this morning. So here we go. A little bit more light. So yeah, we have the Cute as a Bug. It's a stamp set and coordinating dies. How cute is this? Check out the cute little samples that are in the catalog. And I'm going to show you a little sneak peek of our club. And I do have the link for club posted in the description of this video today. But I'll make sure to put it in the comments. If you're watching this on YouTube, hello, welcome. And I'll put it in the description of my YouTube video. All right, so today we're going to make a cute little card, and we're going to be using the coordinating designer series paper that comes with this suite. So there are a number of things that come with the suite. You don't have to get them all. You can get pieces as you like. But we have the stamp set and dies. There's this coordinating Rick Rack ribbon, the designer series paper, and these adorable epoxy embellishments, which right now are not available. They're supposed to be available coming up pretty soon. But for club, we're going to be using our brass butterflies. Okay, until those are not available. So we're going to be making this one today, and I couldn't decide. I have several cards here. So I think we're going to do this one here. Now, this was a card that I received from Wendy Lauderman. It was a swap card, so as demonstrators, we get to make swap cards and exchange with each other. So this is the card that we're going to make. I'm going to change it up just a little bit with some of the different papers and background. I wanted to use one of our upcoming items that will be available in March. It's called our Ladybug Picnic. It's a 3D embossing folder. I just thought it was adorable and really went well with the Sweet Bugs. So we're going to be using this embossing folder. And I'm going to move that ribbon out of the way. We're not going to be using the ribbon. I am going to be using these adorable little ladybugs, though. I really think they're cute. So, and I have to explain something. Sorry. So I just got back from Jamaica, as some of you may know. And for some reason, the ocean water and the chlorine in the pool took off all my nail polish, and I haven't been able to redo my nails yet, except for the one. This is the only one that had nail polish left. So you'll have to forgive me that I'm not quite all together here. I will be by tomorrow night, though. All right, so we're going to pull out our stamp set here, and we're going to be using this cute little caterpillar here. So let's pull this off. Let's get our caterpillar out. Get a block here. Put him right on a block. I'm going to pull in my Memento Black stamp pad right here. And I'm going to be using my Poppy Parade blends to color it in with. And I'm also going to be using my, let's see, we'll use our old olive blends here. Now, I'm pulling in a few, because I don't know which tips are good. So our blends come in a 2-pack. There's a dark and a light color. And each of the blends have a fine tip and a brush end. So I'll be sharing those with you. And let's see what else I need. We'll just use black for the sentiment. And let's get going on our card base here. So I've got that. I'm going to do Hello Friend, just kind of like it is right there. All right. And we're going to be using, so these are some of the other dies. Now, I got to tell you, this paper is phenomenal because you can get out so many cute little critters from here. So on this right here, you can use the dies that coordinate with this to cut out a bunch of different things. So like for this one, I could cut this little guy out right here. I can cut this little ladybug reading a book. We've got the little beetle guy right there, and you can even cut out these little ants, okay, with one die here. So how fun is that? You can cut out the little flowers. Just really fun things you can do with this. Is a really cute stamp set. In addition, you can also punch out or die cut some toadstools. So I've done some of those as well. So we may use one of those. We'll see. I'm just going to put these dies back because the only one I really need is this one right here. But I'll just go ahead and show you the paper. So we've got this cute paper here, and each side is double-sided. Those nose, and then we've got this one sheet here. Now I've cut it out because I've used it in Club, but it's got all these little different like kind of backgrounds, so you can use that. So I think for right now, we're, I'm not going to use these. These I did use in Club. So I'm going to put this aside. Grab out some of my other paper here. And this is a fun one with the berries. So we're going to be using that. So grab a chunk of that there. And we'll be using some of this one right here. I really like this paper. I've been wanting to use it. And you know what? I really want to use it. I'm going to make some cards with this. I just don't know what card I'm going to make with that right now. All right. And we've got this cute one here with this background. Yep. All sorts of fun paper. You'll have to check it out. And you can find all of this in my online store. And I just need the red stripe one. Where did it go? Well, you know. Yeah, I need the red stripe one. Where? Here it is. Oh, that's not it. It's on the back of this one. There we go. Okay, we'll move these pieces out of the way. Sorry about that. I was not quite, I didn't have everything cut out. I knew exactly what I was doing. I just didn't have it all cut like I normally do. Okay, and I'm going to need a piece of Poppy Parade. And this piece is going to be 8.5 by 5.5. And we're going to score it at, oh, do I have a piece already cut? Score it at 4.25. And I'm just looking at my little box here, and I don't happen to see a piece already cut. So, ooh, all right. We're going to have to cut that piece. And then my old olive here. You know, we may switch it up to be, we may switch that up a little bit. Okay. All right, let me just get my Poppy Parade. And we'll get our card base cut. Well, hey, it's a great opportunity for me to show you that you can make 2 cards at one time. So we'll grab our trimmer. Now, if I'm doing 2 cards at one time, I actually like to kind of save myself a couple of steps. So I know that I'm going to be scoring at 4.25 to put my card in half. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take this 8.5 by 11. I'm going to put it in here. And I'm going to go ahead and score it at 4.25. So I'm using my light blade here to score it. And then I'm going to turn it and I'm going to cut it at 5.5. All right. And now I have 2 card bases, all handy dandy. Here's another thing you can do is, my light is not very bright. What's going on there? All right, I need to plug in my light. For some reason, it wasn't plugged in. Let's see. All right. Just gotta find the right base for it. go. There we go. All right, let's see here if I can get this a little brighter. I'll give it a moment. I don't know why it's so dim. There, a little brighter. Okay, so when you have two card bases, if you take them and pinch them together, it'll crease a little bit better. Otherwise, use your bone folder. So we have this. I have a circle. Now you can use a punch to cut out a circle, or I happen to have this one from my Stylish Shape dies, so I'll be using that. We're going to take a piece of our designer paper here, and I feel like I had a piece already cut for this. Let me just go back and see. Oh, I trimmed it down to small pieces. Okay, never mind. All right, so this piece here, I need this piece to measure at. Now, if you would like a tutorial of the project that we're making here, if you are on my email list, I will be sending it out at the end of the week, end of this week, so on Friday. So you'll have a chance to sign up for my email list, and I'll send the tutorial for this project out on Friday. So this is 3.5 by 3. So let's see if I cut this at 3.5. I like this little B right there, so that's the part that I want to cut. Oh, I think I cut it the wrong way. Oh, I did. All right. I'm going to cut this out. This piece needs to be, this piece here needs to be 3.5. So I want 3 inches. And then I'll just trim a little bit off over here. And this is going to be 3.5. Is that right? That doesn't seem like the right dimension. Let me just remeasure. Measure twice, cut once. Yeah, 3.5. Okay. All right, 3.5. There we go. All right. Okay, now I need a strip of this that is about, well, let's see, let's go with 1 inch wide. I'm just taking this right here. Actually, I'm going to go on this side of my trimmer. It's just easier to get that paper straight. So I'm just going to do that. Now we'll get all the paper out of the way. We're going to do this. And we'll stamp something. And we'll trim. Oh, I'm going to trim this down just a little bit. And we'll run this through the embossing folder. So I'm just going to trim this down to be, you know, we're going to do 5 inches. That seem like a good length? I'm just winging it here, so, but I'll have all this written up for you, 5 inches, yeah. All right. Okay. There we go. So we've got our bits and pieces right now, kind of like this. I'm going to put this on our red here. I need to trim this down to be 4 by 5.25. And, you know, I kind of feel it's really dark, but we're still going to go with it. All right. Okay. So here are all of our pieces. And I'll need a scrap now to stamp my little caterpillar on. So let's get a little piece of basic white here. And I have in a bin below my desk all my scraps, because this way I can just cut pieces as I need it. So I do need a piece for the inside, so we'll use that. That's big enough for my caterpillar. Oops, I almost lost all my pieces. All right. And let's stamp that first so I can die cut it at the same time. I'll put that over there. Let's see, stamp, 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 stamp pad. There we go. All right. When I have a larger stamp, I like to take my black memento to my stamp instead of my stamp to my pad. Sometimes I just get a better cut on it. All right, so I've got that one, and we're going to stamp on this one here. And I just want to make sure that's the right size. Yep, it is. And we're going to stamp, let's see. I really like this little bee. And I'm going to stamp this little bee. It's so darn cute. So I'm going to stamp my little bee. top here. All right, and we'll go ahead and stamp Love You Lots for our sentiment. And again, I'm just going to stamp it in black. And I am going to actually stamp it so that my lots kind of overlaps my B over there. So it looks like it's holding that little sign. Isn't that cute? All right. We'll need one more set of blends. So I'm going to grab in my Lemon Lolly. I'm going to color this in just a minute. When I'm using a light color like this, I like to let my ink dry. So we're going to go ahead and do our die cutting, and then we'll color this one in. In the meantime, actually, I can color this one in. So we'll grab our Poppy Parade here, and I'm just going to color this whole thing in a light Poppy Parade. I like using the brush tip when I'm doing a larger area. I just find it easier to cover that whole area. Sometimes I go outside the lines. It's okay. You can take a color lifter and get that out. So we'll go there. I'm going to pull in my color lifter in just a moment so I can show you how to even get a little bit more definition in there. So we've got those. I'm going to color my leaves depending on where my other blend went. So I'm going to start with my light. Oh, that brush end is really bad. Sometimes my brush ends get bad because I color in embellishments. Okay. So we're just going to do this. Now, you could use Mossy Meadow. I just happen to pull in my Old Olive. I do have Mossy Meadow, though. All right, so we've got that. We're going to come back in with our dark here, and I'm going to use the chisel end this time. And I'm just going to go kind of along these veins in the leaf. Just like that. And down here, I'm actually going to color it in the darker. There we go. Then you take your blend brush again and just blend those colors together so they're not so distinct. There we go. Just like that. Easy peasy. Now, here's the real magic that happens. We're going to grab our color lifter, and I'm going to go ahead and lift some of this color right here. All right. You won't notice at first, but it will get lighter. All right. And where that little boo-boo was, I can't even see where I made that boo-boo. I can always lift the color a little bit there too. If I want to put a little bit more, maybe right here. Now, it'll take a moment for you to notice that, but it will start getting lighter. So you can start seeing it already getting a little bit lighter. I'm going to take my dark Poppy Parade now, and I'm just going to color those dots and lines. Really give my little caterpillar a little bit more definition. All right. Easy peasy, quick coloring. That's what I like. All right, let's go ahead and bring in our die cut machine. I am going to use my little, I need to use a big one anyways. I lied. Because I'm going to be doing my embossing folder, I do need my large die cut machine. So let's grab all those pieces that we'll need for this. All right, so to die cut my little caterpillar, I need my base plate 1, my base plate 2, and then the cutting pads, which is number 3. So you need 2 cutting pads. So I'm just going to get this centered on there. I'm going to go ahead and run it through. Then we'll do our embossing folder. So here comes the magic. There we go. All right, so I'm going to slide that off. Slide this off. Now for the embossing folder, I just need my plate 1. The embossing folder. Now it's a 3D one. So what does it mean? It's a lot thicker and it embosses a lot deeper. All right, so I'm going to put my cardstock on here. The Stampin' Up side faces up. You put with the hinge side in. You grab your plate 4, and now you can run it through. Yeah, whenever you're using the 3D embossing folder, you're just using plates 1 and 4. So look at how deeply that's embossed. Can you see that? All right. So I've got all of that done. Let's go ahead and put my tools back in their spot so I don't have them laying all over my floor. There's nothing worse than trying to create when you have a massive mess on your floor, right? All right, so now because this is so deep, I am actually going to be using my liquid glue here. And I am going to put enough glue along the edge. So in some of those spots where I've got those ladybugs there, which is a lot deeper, I'm going to go ahead and add some extra glue in there. It just will help hold that in place. All right. Okay, so go ahead and center this right on our card front. Like so. Okay. We've got our little caterpillar here. And we've got our circle here. And I need to stamp my hello friends. So we're going to bring back in our black. And I'm going to stamp it to my lower right here. And I'm going to be putting that right on there, just like so. I'm going to just do it right now. We're going to go ahead and use some dimensionals. And I just need to see how many I have. So really just for, we can put some on there too. The body and the leaf. All right, I'm not going to peel them off yet because I'm not quite ready for that. We're going to bring in our other piece. Let's go ahead and color that. So I'm using my dark lemon lolly here. And then we'll use our light lemon lolly. And let's see. I'll just do this with light lemon lolly. I'm going to also bring in my light smoky slate. I do want to kind of color this bee in a little bit. All right. All right, and we'll go ahead and do his little wings too. All right. We're going to put this on the inside of our card. A bit of adhesive there. Inside of our card. I'm going to put this right in the upper portion of my card front here. And again, because I've got all those raised surfaces, I really feel that liquid glue is going to be my best friend here. So I'm getting close to the edges, but I also want to make sure that I've got some in the middle here. All right, I'm probably using a little bit more than I normally would, just so I can make sure it gets a grip on that raised paper. I'm going to rub it in really well. Make sure all that glue is getting spread in there so it stays in place. And let's see, we've got our little strip. Where did our little strip go? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make a little point here. That was my, I have a shorter piece here. Where did it go? Oh, I don't know. I don't know where it went. Okay. Let's grab our snips here. We're going to go ahead and make a banner ourselves. So now you can use a banner punch to do this, or you can just do it yourself. I'm going to trim off just a little bit. I want this a little shorter. So now I'm just going to take my scissors right down the middle, and then I'm going to go angle and angle. Maybe a little bit more here. There we go. All right. Does not have to be perfect. No one's going to notice. All right, we're going to put this right over the top. And I really appreciate Wendy sharing this with us because it is really a fun little card. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to use my, you know what, we'll just stay with liquid glue. I could even use this side, but it's not as noticeable. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to use my plaid side or gingham side, whatever you want to call that. All right, right there. All right, a little bit of glue. Okay. And we're going to slide that all the way to the top. Give it a good press. All right. And I can slide it just a little bit if I find I didn't layer it really well. Wipe off that excess glue. We're going to go ahead and, again, I'm making this card using the supplies that I have here. Now, if you don't have this particular stamp set, you can do this with any stamp set. You know, it's just the card layout. All right, so we're going to put this right here. I may have a little bit of my paper showing over here. Uh-oh, stuck. Okay, so we're going to put this up here just like so. Isn't that cute? Now, we're going to add the actual rest of the cuteness by adding our little ladybugs on here. Okay, all of a sudden I ended up with, I didn't end up with my ladybugs. I ended up with Easter eggs. That's not what I want to do. That's because I'm cutting out all my Easter egg classes. All right, so go ahead and open this up. I really think these are adorable. And again, they should be back in stock pretty soon. All right, I've got things sticking to my hands everywhere. Hold on. All right, I'll grab this up. And we're going to put a ladybug right. Oh, it's sticking to my fingers because I have glue still on my fingers here. But these are flat little guys. All right, so I'm going to put one here. We'll put one right here. And I feel that I need a third one, so I'm going to put one right down here in kind of a flatter area. So, and we'll change his direction. We'll go that way. All right. So that is our card today for our Hump Day lunch break. I hope you like that. Just a quick, sweet little card. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in our cards for club. So now you're going to have 5 ideas. So this is one card. I'm not going to show you like in detail, but this is a kind of a fun fold. This is another fun fold. And this is all using the Sweet Bugs stamp set and coordinating dies, as well as the designer series paper. So in this club here, you're going to get the supplies to make 8 cards. You get 2 cards of each design. You're going to get a half a package of designer series paper. You're going to get an embellishment. Now, it will depend on when things come back in stock, whether you get the butterflies or the ladybugs. I'll have to see which is going to be there, but you're going to get an embellishment. So you get your designer series paper, your embellishment, and some ribbon. So you'll be getting a little bit, you'll be getting a bolt of the ribbon here. If this becomes unavailable, I'll substitute something else. So, it really depends on availability. You can sign up for a club from February 25th to March 10th. March 11th, I place all the orders for club. It is a reoccurring subscription, but you can cancel at any time. If you need more information, I will have a link to my website. You can read all about the club there, and then you can also sign up. Or if you'd like to do it for a one-time trial and see how you like it, you can have that option as well. And everything gets shipped directly to you. And I like to give my club members a little something extra in their package, so you expect some little surprise with you. All right, so thanks for joining me today. I so appreciate you being here, and I will see you tomorrow night for our 4th class in our birthday card series, our 4th and final class. So I hope to see you there at 6:44 p.m. on Facebook, or the replay will be uploaded after the class. Bye. Have a great lunch today.